If you looked at the fundamental data that, the 10Ks and the 10Qs, the company looks financially sound. It looks like the revenues were growing, and it was very difficult to kind of see every aspect of corruption.
When you're doing a technical analysis or when you're managing a portfolio, are you, and you can only trust one, which one are you trusting? You trusting the technicals? You trusting the fundamentals?
If I could only pick one, I would pick the technicals.
Interesting.
Because the fundamentals, you could be completely wrong. Let me give you an example. So back when, I don't know if you remember the MCI debacle, Enron debacle, back when all that was happening, if you looked at the fundamental data that, the 10Ks and the 10Qs, the company looks financially sound. It looks like the revenues were growing, and it was very difficult to kind of see every aspect of corruption, right? But the price action of Enron was telling you, what the heck, you need to get the heck out of this thing, right? So, if I only had to pick one, I would pick the technicals. You can derive strategies that are purely quantitative, only using price data. And there are quantitative managers that do that. Yep. I don't say that that's how you should do it, but if I could only pick one, that's what I would do.
Interesting. So the technicals are more like the actual numbers, whereas the fundamentals are more like the narrative.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, there are numbers associated with fundamentals too, like sales, earnings, cash flow, things like that. But the technical was more about the price action and more about the supply and demand for the security itself. So whereas the fundamentals is more about like how much did they make and are they growing and things like that. But the price can move very far away from the fundamentals, as you pointed out with all of the meme stocks.
Right. Interesting.